because these days we need fact check. If there is an important or if there is a what I should say, a sensational or an item of imminent importance that is under circulation, whether it is social media or electronic media or press, print media, we need a fact check. And then certain tendencies were very unhealthy. uh, when the journalists come to meet a public servant, then you have to follow certain things, so that there will be not any damage, and you also will be able to communicate your point, and the press person chooses to report it the same way. So there are so many stages you have to cross, and then make a conscious effort to make sure that things happen, and then get into the public arena in the way they are, without adding a lot of colors and other judgments and other things to this reporting. So I'm not trying to single out journalism. I know that at the same time, even the public service also has deteriorated and has given enormous scope for this kind of tendencies. And there were a whole lot of public servants involved in the so-called cultivation of journalists. So a combination of these two has brought the reporting to this stage. So much so that the press briefing has to be done after a thorough preparation, not just about the news, but preparation of a whole lot of other things. So this is an unfortunate turn of events. But even now, for anybody, you may suspect, you may not like, you may go through certain more steps to establish the veracity of reporting. But then there is no other source other than the media for people to know what is happening in their immediate surroundings and across the world. And if somebody calls and says that such and such thing has happened, what we do is immediately turn on the TV or try to look at the news on the internet. So that it has now become all pervasive. The news is everywhere. My humble request to all of you is, in your own way, whatever can be done, try and live up to those ethics. It may be difficult, but it is definitely not impossible. So if there is somebody like, I mentioned so many things about how the media is going on these days, but we do know that there is one paper and there is one channel which you can always trust substantially. So, in spite of all this madness, there is someone who is willing to stand up and then also, follow the ethics insofar as the reporting is concerned. And then the second issue is the when you are reporting against a public servant or against a government program, and it involves the character of the public servant or the conduct, it is absolutely necessary that you speak to the officer or you speak to the elected representative and take their version. You can have your own evaluation, but it is the minimum that one has to follow. And without that, you will not. I am sure you will be able to understand. But as someone who is coming from that world, I can say the immense agony and torture that one is put through. Even if you come out, then give your own version and try to explain facts, and even if the news dies out after some time, but once it is out in the public domain, the damage that it can cause to a person's character or conduct, or to a certain government program, and the kind of misinformation that gets spread, it causes irreparable damage. I think as persons, as human beings, we are human beings first. Before we are press people, we must understand these things and exercise some caution and have that empathy before you put out something which is so controversial and it turns out absolutely baseless, then I don't know what can be done to really undo it. So exercising that precaution, my earnest appeal to all of you is, please do care for it, and then make sure that you listen to the other side before you put out a story. Then the use of technology. So the technology is a friend and a foe. This was a favorite debate topic when we were growing up, and it is true even today. And the technology is becoming increasingly inimical these days because of the rapid nature with which it can reach out to everyone. So, and then I have seen in the course design that there are a number of sessions where the use of artificial intelligence and a whole lot of exposure visits also are scheduled to take you around some of these places where you can understand how it is, how easy it is to embrace, and then how dangerous it could be. So I'm sure you understand the technology, the 360 degrees, and then adopt it to exercise responsible journalism. And then we have in the course design included a number of cultural sites in Telangana. Of course, the Nagarjuna Saga that you are all going to be taken, I am sure you will be looking forward to it also, because Buddhism is still a very predominantly practiced faith in Sri Lanka. And what we have in Buddhavanam is absolutely amazing. Probably they are not that well maintained, but they are reasonably well maintained and have enormous significance, including the relic of Lord Buddha also is there. I'm sure you will enjoy that. And then lastly, my request to all of you is we have lined up a number of distinguished speakers. We have experienced faculty here. I'm sure all of you have not met as a group. So use this opportunity to forge these relations. We will continue to be there even after you depart from MCR HRD in case of any doubt or clarification, or any help that you require in India. So forge those relationships, and then make sure that your entire stay you enjoy, and we have done, and the course team under the leadership of Madhuri has done everything to ensure that your whole stay is enjoyable. And thank you for this opportunity, and a warm welcome to all of you again. And before I close, I would like to know, are all of you working with government media? No, yes, some of you are from the private. Thank you all, and I wish you a very enjoyable stay in Telangana and MCR. Thank you.